Hey, what is going on guys? It's Tharshey and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have an incredible 3 vs 2 pros vs noobs siege battle in Total War Attila. So if you guys do enjoy this video, then please do drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on those post notifications. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so the rules for this match were pretty simple. It was 2 pikes per player and 4 skirmishes per player. Though one of the noob attackers, or maybe I should call them intermediate attackers since they're all actually pretty decent at the game, but one of the attackers playing the Eastern Roman Empire, he actually brought 4 units of skirmishers, or 4 units of like bows, and then he also brought 2 units of mounted skirmishers. So that was kind of against the rules. You can see there he has Imperial Dromedary. He's got 2 units of that, and he also has 2 units of Elite Ballistari and 2 units of Armored Sagittari. So in total, he does have 6 units of skirmishes, but we decided to just let it slide because, you know, it was a small mistake. He switched up his army at the end before he readied up, and he forgot that he was over the skirmisher limit. But yeah, those were the only rules, just 2 pikes per player and 4 skirmishers per player, as well as 1 artillery per team. So the enemy have 1 RT and us as defenders also have 1 RT over here. You can see my ally does have 2 wall-mounted artillery, but he just forgot to remove them and he turned off fire at will, so they basically don't shoot or do anything for the entirety of the match. But yeah, that's the rules. The players were myself commanding the Ostrogoths. I was one of the defenders, and the other pro player was commanding the Langobards. That was my friend Lord Omar. You know him from previous videos. On the attacker's side, on the noob side, we have Gornuz. He was commanding the Eastern Roman Empire. Then over here in the mid, we have the Visigoths. This was commanded by Dave. And then we have a Brola on this other flank commanding the Franks. So yeah, it was a pretty nice 3v2 siege. This is on the city of Abashar, so yeah. Also, we were allowed to use deployables. So the defenders, we were allowed to use deployables. As you can see, we used a bunch of stakes to try and make it harder to get to the barricades and knock them down. But yeah, that's all the rules. That's the scenario. That is everything you guys need to know. Now let's get into it and watch the action unfold.
Men, we defend this position today. I have chosen to let them come and do their worst. We will take this chance to show the gods we have warrior hearts and no one can match our bravery.
Well, that was a pretty nice general speech to get things kicked off. But yeah, the match is actually going to be starting with some action immediately. So Abashar is an interesting settlement because you can also attack from this rear area over here. And we saw 1 unit, which was pushing this ram, right, while we were deploying. We could not see any of this cav or this infantry and stuff until we pushed out. And yeah, we sent out our 1 unit of shock cav each. So I had a unit of noble Gothic lancers, and Omar had some Germanic lancers. And we sent them out to try and kill this noble Germanic swordsman unit. You know, we thought it was going to be a nice, easy, free kill. Then over here, when I got closer, I realized that there was actually a unit of bows, and I was like, okay, let's go kill that. Now remember, I could not see the swords or the spears yet until it was too late. I think at this point I could see them, but they were throwing, yeah, they were throwing all their throwables, and we're gonna get a lot of damage off. I got a good charge in over there. Omar also got a nice charge over here. 50 kills on the shock cav unit. He lost about 20 men, but it's alright. Unfortunately for me over here now, there's no way I'm going to be able to pull out. And I knew that, but I mean, I had to try get them out of there. And I immediately just charged them again. Tried to get something out of this unit before they all died. Got a pretty decent charge there, actually. But yeah, unfortunately, this was a pretty big bait by, I think it was Dave. Yeah, this is the Visigoth player. This was a pretty big bait by Dave. He had the unit of archers and they showed up first. I was like, okay, let's go kill that free unit of archers. And then the Spearmasters and the Thracian Oathsworn just appeared out of nowhere and, you know, wrecked my entire units with their javies and their throwables. But yeah, my unit is fully dead. Omar did charge in again 1 last time to try and finish off this noble Germanic swordsman unit, which is at 20 men. And yeah, there we go. They've routed and they've broken. So yeah, this unit is shattered. They're going to run off the field of battle. Omar's lancers are pretty healthy, 57 men. So he lost about 20 units, but he has over 80 kills on them. Dave is sending forward some of his own Gothic lancers now to try and run him down, but Omar is going to be able to get his units into the city in time. Over on this side, we have the Eastern Roman Empire, played by Gornuz. He's pushing up a couple of siege towers. He has some armored legio there. He's got Hetariate guards. He's got some Auxilia Palentina, some armored legio over there. We're going to slow things down, actually, so we don't miss any of the action. So I think Dave was the player that brought the artillery piece for the attackers, and he started knocking down some of the walls over here. Over on this side, so yeah, Abrola, he is taking a much slower approach compared to his partners, and he hasn't started pushing up, or maybe he has started pushing up the siege towers, but yeah, we already have action over on this left flank, where Gornuz has pushed up his siege towers, and he's about to start getting onto the walls. So yeah, I have a couple units to defend the walls. I have some Thracian warriors. They're actually pretty good infantry units. The only problem is I honestly forgot I meant to be cycle charging them in and out, because these units do have a very high charge bonus. If you go over here, you can see they have an 87 charge bonus. So I'm meant to charge them in and charge them out, you know, to get the full effect, which I unfortunately did not. And now they're fighting Hetariate guards, right? Yeah, they're fighting the Eastern Roman Empire's Hetariate guards. These are absolutely incredibly strong axe infantry, and they're going to start cutting through my Thracian warriors. But I did send 2 units of them over here to try and deal with these Hetariate guards. The Hetariate guards that are coming on the wall are throwing axes into the back of my Germanic warband here, getting a couple kills as well. So yeah, that's very annoying, and I noticed that I'm trying to, you know, get them facing with their shields forward towards that, try and minimize my losses. Gornuz also has his elite Ballistari and his armored Sagittari shooting onto the wall. It's not the best angle for him, obviously. He's not going to make the most effective use of his archers like that, but he is getting some kills, and these guys have no armor at all, so, you know, any hits that do occur are going to most likely be kills. Now, over here we have Gornuz charging in some units of armored Legios, some Palentina, and yeah, they've charged in through the gate. I still own the gate, so honestly he should have waited, he should have played it safe, cleared the walls first, and then captured the gate and then charged through, because right now the oil, as you can see, is doing quite a lot of damage to his men. But yeah, I have 2 units of Germanic warband here that are trying to hold. They've done a decent job against these Auxilia Palentina, but then again, that's also thanks to the oil that did a lot of damage. The 1 unit of warband is breaking over there. We have the other unit there. We have archers, and okay, wait, I think we've just activated them. Yep, there we go. I've just activated them so they can start shooting. And they're going to do a lot of damage over there. This is a really good angle for them, shooting into the side of these spears, as well as that very elite Atari guard. Fortunately, some of my warband are running in front, but I think I do try to pull them back, maybe. I hope so. But yeah, he's running another unit of spears in. As you can see, the oil is falling on that spear unit, killing a couple men there, and then the crossbows here have a nice angle into the side of those spearmen, getting a lot of kills as well. If we have a look, they're already at 130 kills, 140 kills. So yeah, they're doing really good damage over here. So yeah, I think they also killed my own units. I think there was a lot of friendly fire on my Germanic warband, but you know, it's fine. We killed quite a decent amount over here, quite a lot of bodies already. I also have them firing up onto the wall because I'm trying to just provide some support. Yeah, there we go. This armored Legio is breaking, and my Thracian warriors can hopefully clean up them. I think I should stop firing pretty soon. But yeah, over on this side, yeah, so Gornuz actually sent over those armored Legio and the Atari guards because they cleaned up my Thracian warriors. As you can see, my Thracian warriors got hammered. And then he was trying to push, because interesting thing on this map is you can push along the wall over here, push all the way up here, and come down over here. So you can bypass this entire frontal area of defense if you do push around the walls like that. We did notice that though, and my ally Omar, he sent up a unit of Langobard clubmen, and yeah, got them on the walls here, fighting off against these armored Legio to slow them down. And he does have the tower support, so he's probably going to win this fight, just because he does have the tower support. As you see, tower is doing some good damage to those men. We have a look over on this side. Yeah, so he's trying to capture the tower now. I'm not shooting my crossbows. I don't want to waste too much of ammo. Over on this side, we have So these are the Germanic Spear Masters from Dave. They're pushed up. Omar has, again, he's got some clubmen fighting. And he has all his units fighting by the towers. So he is trying to make the longest use of the towers that he can. Because by doing that, you know, the tower is going to be able to get a whole bunch of kills. Even if this unit is not the greatest unit, it's buying a time for the towers to get some kills on these very elite Germanic Spear Masters. So by the time they do capture the tower, the unit's going to be pretty much weakened. Over on this side, so yeah, he did the same thing again. He had units here trying to hold the tower. But yeah, these are Royal Astratones. If I mispronounced that, I'm sorry. But yeah, he's got the Frankish Royal Infantry. I should probably just call them that. But yeah, they captured this tower, and when the tower broke, as you can see, it actually killed a bunch of men over there. So unlucky for a brawler. But now he does have his Royal Astrationes, and they are throwing throwables down at these young wolves. So, but luckily that is front-facing, so these wolves do have their shields up to block some of that damage. Over on this side, Omar does have, again, a unit of young wolves holding these two towers over here to try and do some damage to these siege towers from the Visigoth. Are these Visigothic towers? Yeah, these are Visigothic towers from Dave. And then, yeah, he's also got these young wolves here holding up against these Royal Astratones that are pushing along the wall to actually get over here and capture this gatehouse. But remember, the longer Omar is able to hold this, the longer the towers will do damage and, you know, hopefully get some kills and thin the enemy numbers down for us. He also has some more young wolves down here to try and hold. He's pulling this unit back, trying to get, yeah, he's pulling it back over here. He's got some archers that are going to be able to shoot up onto the wall, but I think he's maybe just trying to conserve ammunition at the moment. This unit of clubmen, yeah, so they are losing the tower. The tower is going to start getting capped because there's two units of enemies over there. Over on this side, oh, it just captured the gatehouse, yep. My crossbows are nearly out of ammo, but for now, they're doing as much damage as they can. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. I think they ran out of ammo there. Basically, they have like one more volley maybe. That's it. But yeah. So this side has been a slaughter for the Eastern Roman Empire. Omar's clubmen were actually victorious against those Legio and those Satariae guards thanks to the support of the tower. If it wasn't for that tower, there is no way this unit would have won that fight. But yeah, luckily he was able to win that fight over there. Ooh. Are those archers or are those the Clibinari that are actually throwing this stuff? I'm not sure, but yeah. Gornus is pushing up his elite ballistari onto the walls now to try and get some shots down onto those crossbows. Though my crossbow unit is basically out of ammo, so if they're just tanking ammo now, that's fine. Omar does notice, and he's going to send these Langobard clubmen up to try and kill those archers in melee, which will be a big win for us. This side, yep, he's still holding this tower, but yeah, look at this. This clubman unit only has 10 kills, but this unit here is down by like basically 110, 120 men, and this unit here is down by over 60 men, and that's thanks to the damage from the towers. So this was actually a bad move by me. I sent up some Thracian warriors here. I thought I could get a sneaky surprise attack off on here, and Omar did warn me. He said, be careful, there's the Frankish Royal Astratones coming from behind. But yeah, I didn't listen here. I mean, the unit did okay, but yeah, I should have saved them. I shouldn't have pushed them up there at that point. And if I was going to push them up like that, I should have set them onto the wall to try and hold the tower for longer instead. That would have been a much smarter play. Send my unit up onto the thing, hold the tower for longer, hopefully kill those two units. Omar is going to try and cover my back a bit, get a charge in with his Germanic Lancers. This unit, I think, was full, so we'll see how many kills he gets. He's pulling his cav out already. Just trying to do some quick charges in. I think he got about 20 kills there. Yeah, I got about 20 kills on those Royal Frankish infantry, so not bad. Over here we have the Thracian warriors. They're still holding, and because of their charge bonus, even though they're a much cheaper unit than these Royal Astratones, thanks to their charge bonus, they are actually in combat, and the combat is even currently. So they could actually win this. And if I had a second unit on them, I could cycle charge them in and out to actually win that fight. But yeah, now, yeah, there we go. So a brawler is going to flank me, and I pull my units out. But yeah, that was a bad move. Ooh, look at that tower. That tower collapsed and killed pretty much whatever was left of that Germanic Spearmaster unit died, and most of that Thracian Ortsborn unit also died. So that was good to see. But yeah, there. So I pulled those Thracian warriors out, and I thought I could just get a counter charge off on those units that were trying to flank. It didn't work since the unit that I was fighting initially just threw a bunch of throwables into my back and killed me. So yeah, a bit of a misplay there. I kind of wasted that unit a little bit. I was sending my archers up here, my crossbowmen that are out of ammo, to try and just slow them down. I'm not sure if I actually charged them in or not. But yeah, over on this side, so we've pretty much cleared up this side. This tower is still trying to do some work on this armored Sagittari. Omar's clubmen are still here, just hunting down archers. It's got some, Gornus has some Ballistari up on the walls. I'm trying to send my own archers up to deal with that. And he does have all his cav over here as well. As you can see, he's taken a little bit of damage from me shooting at him with my Germanic crossbows. And yeah, I am going to charge in. Oh, help. So half that archer unit got wiped out from throwables. So all these elite royal astratones from the Franks, they all have like, what are these, little axes, I think, that they can throw. And yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage. Though over here, they're probably honestly getting more friendly fire than anything else. But yeah, okay, there we go. That's the end of my archer unit over there. Over on this wall, so yeah, the Visigoths along with their Frankish allies, they were able to push through. They have captured the gatehouse over here, they've got their infantry in, and now the attackers are just going to start moving all their armies inside. So over on this side, so I sent up one unit of Germanic Spearmasters, and I had them set up here, and so I think, it was Dave, the Visigoths. He tried to break through on this side, he's charged his cav through, but obviously we owned the gatehouse. So yeah, the gatehouse did a bunch of damage with oil. They charged into my Spearmasters, which are in spear wall formation and holding. So yeah, they lost a lot of men to that, to the oil. And then Omar also had a unit of Germanic crossbows up here that was shooting down. So yeah, we've pretty much cleared most of the enemies on the side. They do have a little bit unit of swords, a unit of archers, and a unit of cav, but yeah, for now they're not really going to be doing much with that. On this side, so Gornuz's Sagittari did capture this tower, and they've just been using this to shoot at Omar's clubman. I don't think he was paying attention yet. He was busy microing on the right side, so this clubman did get killed, but now he's sending up a unit of Germanic spearmen to go and hunt down these armored Sagittari, though I think they're out of ammo. Yeah, they're out of ammo. And ooh, this is where... So this was very painful for us, because as you can see, that slowed things down so we don't miss stuff on the other side of the map. So this is the 2 extra units of skirmishers that Gornuz as the Eastern Roman Empire was not supposed to have, because that was going over the limit. And now they're just perched down here, throwing those jabbies into the side of these spears. I mean, a lot of them are missing thanks to the angle. As you can see, a lot of the spears are missing and falling down. But still, he is going to get a couple kills and weaken that unit. Yeah, he is still getting a bunch of damage on this unit. Not as much as he could have if he had used them either at a better angle or at a better time, but still, it is a bit of damage. Ooh, over on this side, so was this? Yeah, this was Gornuz. I'm not sure why he did this. He should have pushed through here with infantry, honestly, but he charged a unit of his Klebanari straight into these stakes. So yeah, a lot of them died to the stakes, and the rest of them that were stuck in the stakes and did not die are now going to get shot by my crossbows, which I've decided to just unload because they were trying to break down the barricades. So yeah, there we go. Quickly just killed all of them over there. I think we can speed things up again. Go back to normal speed, at least for now. Oh, beautiful. Omar has activated his catapults. These are large onagers. He's using explosive shot. And as you can see, he's aiming for this big mass of infantry over here. And I don't think Abrola realized. I think he was maybe focusing somewhere else, but I don't think he realized what was happening here. And Omar was free to lob a couple catapult rounds in. Where's he firing now? Is he still firing? Oh, yep, nope, he's still firing over there. I think he's manual firing now. I think he is manual firing. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful shot. That catapult is going to pick up some nice kills. And remember, these are all very, very, very good infantry. These are the top tier Frankish infantry. So to be able to kill a couple of them like this is very nice. Couple of hits on our own settlement there. Not the best shot over there. That one shot did okay. The other one not so much. I think Omar was not manual firing. Yeah. Ooh, that was a beautiful shot. That did a lot of damage. Is there any more catapult rounds coming in? No? He may be saving some ammo, or no, they're still firing. So yeah, how many kills is it on? It's on 144 kills already, and more rounds coming in. Oh, that one hit our bolt. No. Ooh, there we go. That was a nice hit. Two beautiful hits over there. Oh, that was lovely. And these Royal Astrotones are all losing men. Brola not paying attention over there. I think he's busy just moving units in the middle. Gornus has Klebenari just running around now. Interesting. And oh yeah, this was bad. So Omar had 2 units of his Godan's Chosen, which is his really good melee infantry, and they got caught out over here. As you can see, this unit here, it got charged and it also got shot, and yeah, it perished fighting over there. And the second unit is also going to die now. It's got about 75 kills, but could have been used to much greater effect if it was not caught out like that. Over on this western flank, yeah, so the entirety of the Eastern Roman Empire is basically dead. They're out of troops. They're sending their remaining troops over to their ally, to the Visigoths, Dave in the middle, and they're all going to come through that one breach point. But yeah, most of the army that was on this side is dead and gone. And I still have a bit of ammo on one of my crossbows. But yeah, the outer defenses have completely fallen. We're still holding the streets, and we're trying to hold, but yeah, we're gonna be falling back to the final line of defense soon. As you can see, I do have a unit of pikes along with a unit of Germanic Spearmasters just to try protect them from any range that does coming, any missiles that are fired. Same thing over here, we have a unit of Spearmasters in front, we have some pikes behind them. Unfortunately, yeah, trying to protect my pikes is not going to be as effective just because of the altitude advantage. So like a unit of crossbows over here could shoot at the pikes pretty nicely without having to hit the spears at all. But yeah, all the attackers are pushing in. We're basically down to our not final stand, but like the outer edges of the final stand. They're not pushing yet, they're just waiting, trying to get all the units up. We're actually taking back this gatehouse, so Omar sent over that unit of spearmen that got shot by the skirmisher cab and that cleared up those archers, and he's really just taking back our gatehouse. Is the gates, no, the gates are destroyed already, yeah, so it doesn't really matter, but I guess having it is nice. What's happening on the back, actually? Oh, that's what's happening on the back. So Dave did try sending in his remaining troops to break through here, but honestly, these archers plus the spears, along with, you know, the oil from the gatehouse is going to be enough to clear anything that he has left. Yeah, those horsemen broke. He still got the infantry and the 1 unit of archers, but that's all that we have to worry about from the back. The rest of the army is all in front, and it's still a big army, a lot of fast to worry about. I didn't move on my outs one here. I was trying to get them to throw their throwables down, but I guess they just didn't want to, so I moved them out. It's better to get some archers up there. Oh! Our artillery was firing again. What are they firing at this time? Ooh, I think, are they aiming for the pikes? Yep, they are aiming for the pikes. Not the greatest hits, hitting our buildings. That one hit there was nice on those Thracian Oathsworn. I think Omar should have probably focused on just manual firing the RT instead of letting it just, you know, aim and fire. Probably could have used it a bit more effectively. It's still doing really well. It has over 350 kills, even with just letting it fire. Ooh, nice hit on those Preventores, okay, from the Eastern Roman Empire. Oh, there we go. So that's what they were waiting for. Gothic pikemen pushing up from the Visigoths along with Gothic Palantina defectors to cover them. So pushing them together as a group. Smart play there. Instead of just letting the pikes fight by themselves, have those spears over there. Not the spears. Have the swordsmen over there. Let the swords, you know, take some hits while the pikes do most of the damage. Oh, did we lose? Yeah. Okay. So we've lost two. We've lost 2 artillery pieces. So the attackers are sniping back. They have large onager. Dave has his onager outside the walls, and he's using it to snipe our artillery out. So a bit of an issue. We're trying to use up our ammo as quickly as we can before the RT dies to the attackers' artillery. On this side, yeah, those guys are still just playing around in our back. We have our general here because they were trying to gen snipe, which, I mean, fair enough, hey. If you're able to get a kill on our gen... Oh my god, wait. Was the archer shooting at my general here again? I didn't even realize. Or are they shooting at something else? I think maybe they're shooting at the crossbows up there. But yeah, over on this side. Oh, this is bad. So There's, yeah, this was the elite Germanic archers, and they were just firing up and over into my pikes. What I should have done here is I should have had my pikes stacked up with my Germanic Spearmasters. Since they weren't fighting, I could have just had them in shield wall, and the Spearmasters could have tanked some of the ranged shots for me, but yeah, okay, I'm just going to pull them back instead. Spearmasters are engaged now with Gothic Palantina Defecators. Are these both the same units? Yeah, 2 units of, nope, Germanic Swordsmen. So Germanic Swordsmen and some Gothic Palantina infantry over there. Omar is sending a unit of his own Germanic Spearmen up to support my unit. Though my unit should hold for quite a while. In the middle, yeah, this is a fight and a half. My pikes are doing, they've only got about 30 kills. I pulled my spears back a bit. And, oh, I think we were worried about pike stacking, that's why, so I pulled my spears out so they wouldn't be in combat at the same time. But unfortunately, yeah, these pikes are just going to get absolutely shot to death now. This unit of Germanic crossbows, there's also the Oathsworn warriors storing their throwables, and yeah, these pikes are breaking already. Basically useless. The pikes basically did absolutely nothing. Both of my pike units. One got shot and just killed, and the second unit got killed. Well, again, it got shot and killed, which is smart. Good play by the attackers. Over on this side, yeah, the barricades are both still up. We have a unit just holding here in case, and we have some of the Visigoths as well as some Frankish infantry making a bit of a move towards it. Where is the? Yeah, this is the biggest fight. So my Spearmasters are still holding. 100 kills, over 100 kills on them. 80 men left in the units. They're in spear wall, but they are winded. They're shaken. They're taking a lot of casualties. And there is cavalry from Gornuz, still from the Eastern Roman Empire, charging in, cycle charging in and out. And that is very good. That is a very good play. The shock cab, even charging face fast like that into spears, is still going to do some damage, especially when there's infantry engaged, and the cab is not going to take much damage at all. Ooh, are they trying to push through? I don't know. Okay, no, I don't think so. I think they're just charging in. Yeah, they're just charging in, using their mass, trying to do as much damage as they can. But it's fine. If they want to push through, honestly, I don't mind at all, because pushing through in Attila it's a valid strategy, right? Because, you know, you can get through, disrupt the enemy lines, but it's also very costly. Because if you push through a unit, you're gonna lose like half that unit. So unless you have the numbers to where you can have like 3 units just push through, and 1 unit basically will be completely wiped out, you know, then you'll still at least have 2 other units that you can use. So yeah, I mean, it's a good strat, but it's obviously high risk, high reward. Ooh, now over here, so we have the Franks sending up some more of their Royal Afritones. They're pushing up. They have some archers as well still firing, and they're going to try and push through this wall of stakes now, try and break this barricade if they're able to. Obviously the stakes do make it hard. It takes them some time to push through it. And yeah, I am going to move. Wait, have I done it yet? Where is my... Yeah. So I have 2 units of Thracian Oathsworn, I think. Yeah, there we go. Thracian Oathsworn there. And what I'm eventually going to do is I'm going to actually flank them and try and get some damage done that way. But yeah, at the middle, it's not looking good. So again, this was actually not a very good spot for us to hold, just because it was so vulnerable. We were so vulnerable when fighting on this hill to their archers. Like, all these crossbows here are just having a field day. Look at that. 200 kills on this Germanic crossbowman over there. Okay, this unit has used up no ammo, so yeah, they have no kills, but this unit over here that is firing, over 200 kills, just slaughtering our men that are fighting on this hill. So right now, they're actually shooting some of their own men in the back, I think. Or are they going for my spears? I'm not sure. Yeah, no, they're not. They're actually going for Omar's depleted Godan's chosen units. And while they're aiming at that, they're getting more friendly fire than anything else. So that's good for us. Over on this back, yeah, okay, so on the backside, I think they charged in those last 2 units. They tried to do some damage, but yeah, we were able to take care of that. And just look at all these bodies here, trying to push through this gatehouse. And now we can actually move the infantry units around the back and push them back to the front where we need them. So I actually barely have any units here, honestly. I have very few. My ally has more of his army left alive. And yeah, there we go. You can see I'm moving up my 2 units of Thracian Old Spawn, and I'm going to try flank around. Because I thought, yo, if I flank around, I can flank them all the way around here, and I can maybe go and get these guys, hit them from behind and do some damage. So yeah, that's my plan over there currently. I sent in my other unit of pikes. They are depleted. They only have about 30 men. But yeah, they're going to try to do something, but again, yeah, they're just going to die to the archers. And so yeah, even if, let's say I had them stacked in with my pikes, right? So I had my spearmen over here, and I had the pikes within the spear unit, and the spear unit was the shield wall to try to protect them from the archers. Even if you pike stacked, it would not make a difference against crossbows, because crossbows with the AP, it'll just shoot through. In fact, it's even better because then there's just a bigger target for you to hit. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. Any way that we tried to use the pikes over here, so long as they have ammo, they could easily take care of it, and there's nothing we could really do about that. On this right flank, yeah, as you see, they've broken through. My spears have died. Omar has pulled back a bit. He's got his spearman over here holding. But yeah, they have broken through. Gonus is charging his Imperial Dromedary. His camels in. There's also a bunch of infantry supporting from the Franks. Some Germanic pikes from the Franks as well. And yeah, the enemies have a lot left. If we look at the balance of power, we have 2,300 men. They have 3,100. So it's not actually that big a difference. We could still win this. But I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it. It's very tough. Well, actually, well, I do know who won, but you know what I mean. Over here, I do have my Germanic Spear Masters holding. So this was like the tightest choke point I could find, so I placed them over here. They're still trying to push, yeah, trying to push enough archers and Estratones through. The stakes will make them take a while to actually push through. So that's going to buy us a little bit of time, thankfully. And yeah, Omar is sending forward his Germanic crossbows here, so they do have some ammo. And I told him to put them up over here, because if he's able to do that, he could shoot these units that are trying to push through and buy us a bit more time, which is what we need. We need time. Even though there's no time limit on this battle, we do need as much time as we can get. Buy us some time on this side, you know, so that we can hopefully kill everything else on the other flanks. Now, over here, my Thracian Old Spawn are through. As you can see, 2 full units of Thracian Old Spawn, pushing them around, try and do some damage over there. Ooh, this is a very nice place. So Omar has a depleted unit of bowmen, and he has this unit of crossbows, and they have a beautiful angle down into the Romans and the enemy army that is pushing up there. Oh wait, are they shooting up? Oh, they're shooting up, they're not shooting directly. Oh, that's fine, they're still doing some damage over there. Gorner's sending his Magister Militum. I think that's his general, right? Is that not his general? Oh no, he's not. Oh wait, no, that is his, yeah, that is his general now. He's got his general unit engaged in the front line with the Omar spears. So yeah, they have a lot of units here to push through, a lot of reserves. We are trying to do our best to thin it out, and I think Omar is trying to shoot at the general, try and get a kill on the general, break his army maybe. But yeah, the Germanic pike support coming up from the Franks. 1 unit of Omar spears is starting to waver, which is not good. We need them to stay in the fight. I'm sending over my crossbows that are out of ammo just to throw more bodies into the fight. Over at this middle fight, fresh unit of, I think these are Godans. No, those are young wolves, so that's a very cheap unit, but you know, we're just trying to put something in the way here. And these archers are just still having a field day. 40 kills on these elite Germanic archers. This crossbow unit has 9 kills only, but full ammo still. This depleted unit of crossbows has 260 kills. Brilliant job over there. Now, over here, there we go. Here's my my flank attack. So, I send 1 unit of Thracian Old Spawn into the back, and who is this? Abrola, yeah. Abrola's Frankish infantry. He was not paying attention, and I think he was busy microing on the other side, so he did not realize what was happening. And I make a mistake. I got a bit greedy. I thought if I send these Old Spawn warriors, I could maybe get a kill on that general. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just sent them in here instead. It would have been much better. Look at this. Full unit of Royal Estratones, and they're going to get absolutely killed. Absolutely wiped out. There we we go. It's wavering already. Okay, now he realizes. He starts sending his units in to stop us. I think he's also trying to pull back one of his units on this side to try and get over to help. So yeah, we broke that first unit. We're sending the Oathsworn in on this other unit of Astrotones. Over on this side, so yeah. This was a misplay by me. As I said, I charged his Oathsworn in to try to get a kill on the general, but unfortunately, so I think it was the Brawler's general, his Frankish general that was there, but the other player, Dave, commanding the Visigoths, called it out to him and told him, you know, yo, your general's under attack. And then they started cycle charging with both their generals, and at this point, this unit is just dead. Yeah, so fortunately the Thracian Oathsworn unit is getting wiped out. They've got 37 kills, but that was from that initial charge, and now they're getting mudded. This unit over here, so they're fighting these guys, and they are winning. They are winning that fight, except, yeah, so Brawler sent another unit of Royal Astrotones, and they're flanking me from behind, so this is gonna, yeah, now we're losing this fight decisively. Again, if I had sent that second unit around, if I had both my Thracian Oathsworn units attacking from the rear, yeah, it would have been so much better, because I killed that first unit very quickly, and then I could have sent this unit over here like I did, but I could have had the second unit over here to fight against this flanking force of Astrotones and Archers and hold them back. Now instead my unit is just going to get wiped out. Obviously they could have seen that with their general and then sent their generals around and rear charged. So yeah, maybe just not a good idea overall to flank over there. It could have paid off, but yeah, it unfortunately just cost me 2 of my best units. Better idea, honestly, would have been just having my Thracian Oathsworn over here, and after they broke through this stake field and they sending units in, I could have sent my Thracian Oathsworn in and cycle charged the 2 units back and forth to basically annihilate this entire infantry unit without taking like any losses. Over on this right side, whoa, one of Omar's Godans shows it out here in the middle, just fighting. Oh, it's a depleted unit though, very depleted unit. Oh, that's why they're out of control, so his unit went berserk and they're just doing whatever the hell they want. Fighting everybody and anybody. And this unit has over 300 kills, so it's definitely done a lot of damage. Over 300 kills on that Godan's Chosen. My spears are breaking here. Full unit of Thracian Oathsworn coming in from the Visigoths. We have young wolves to stop them. So yeah, this is looking very dire for us. I'm going to speed up to ×2 speed. We do have some infantry here, but it's not really much. I'm even sending my general down now because he needs to try and do something. Yeah, okay, so we're just waiting. The attackers are, there it goes, pushing through here. Thracian Oathsworn going up against the Godan's Chosen. There's some Germanic archers running in as well into melee, fighting my depleted unit of spears. Oh, let's actually go back to normal speed. So yeah, my spearmen, my unit of Germanic spearmasters, yeah, they're holding against all this infantry, and yeah, even though the stakes do slow them down a bit, it's, yeah, they're still gonna filter through and be able to fight, and that's why Omar was very, he was annoyed at me for losing my units of Oathsworn, one over there, one over here. And yeah, it would have been much better if I had my 2 units over here. Cycle charging back and forth, I would have been able to probably kill all 3 of these infantry units plus the archer units with those 2 units and had my units healthy afterwards. Unfortunately, we did make a couple mistakes as the defenders. I lost my 2 units over there. I lost my cav early. I should have kept that. It would have been much more helpful now to like charge these infantry units which are unprotected. And obviously this fight over here, Omar got his 2 units of, I'm not sure if it was Young Wolves or Godan's Chosen, but he had 2 units of infantry over here that got charged and shot and killed. And yeah, it would be helpful if we had those 2 to still try and hold this fight. Omar's general is a Godan's warlord. It is in the fight. My general, my Germanic nobles are also in the fight. And yeah, it's desperate. We're doing whatever we can to hold. Over here we have another unit of Godin's Chosen. Once again, these are gone berserk, they're out of control. Over 200 kills though on them, and they're still fighting and still killing, so that's great. Wait, are these? Yeah, okay, there we go. We brought back this small little extra units, which are wavering, even though they're not in combat. But yeah, we're sending them forward here, because we're trying to do everything to try hold our victory points. I did charge my general forward, so yeah, my Germanic nobles, I charged them forward, trying to get something, trying to run down these archers. But yeah, there we go. Gothic general coming in. And yeah, this cav is going to wipe my general out. Unfortunately, we have nothing to stop the cavalry. You can see my unit is collapsing, losing a lot of men there. And yeah, I'm going to speed it up because it's the battle's basically over. We're trying our best, but we just don't have enough. We made a couple mistakes, and that's going to cost us the battle, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. Okay, so my general survived. I'm pulling him out of there. These young wolves are trying to slow down the enemy general, which is trying to catch me. Throwing some... Okay, there we go. Luckily, my Germanic nobles are going to be able to tank that charge. Stop that Gothic general from reaching my own general and killing him over there. Oh, there we go. On the right side, those Godin's warlords that were there, Godin's Chosen, sorry, they died. Unit of archers that was trying to hold is dead. We have a depleted unit of Godin's Chosen, and we have the Godin's Warlord General unit. But that's all we have pretty much to hold on to this right flank. Charge in over there. The heck charge was that? That is a very interesting charging animation. So yeah, last two units over here trying their best to hold. Oh, this is going to be devastating. Those Royal Astratones from Abrola, from the Franks, throwing in their axes into the side of this general. It is shield side, but still, that's going to do a lot of damage. It's kind of more in the back than anything else. Yeah, so this unit is going to take a lot of damage from those side shots. And now he can charge them in. They've thrown all their throwables. He can charge them into the side of Omar's general unit, do some damage over there. Yep, there we go. Exactly what's happening. And that is the Langobard general surrounded, fighting of Royal Astratones on both flanks. The middle, we're still holding. We have 2 units of spears from Omar, Germanic spearmen holding. Both of them are wavering. It's not looking good. Over here on this left flank, my spearmen finally broke. So, but yeah, they only had 74 kills, so yeah, they held a long time. They didn't get the most kills, but they did hold for quite a while. Bought us a bit of time before this flank comes and collapses in on us. But yeah, that's basically, I think my army is, I think with that unit breaking, that's my entire army dead. It's only Omar left with his general, that Godin's Chosen, and the crossbows. Oh, and as well as that small little unit of spears. But the cavalry alone could probably finish us. Oh, and this is the Frankish general, and it's still very healthy. Over 50 men in that unit. It's going to be able to charge in and wipe out pretty much everything that is left without any issue. So I'm just going to speed up this last little fight here. Just basically Omar's general, the Godin's warlord, fighting to the death. And it's losing decisively, but trying to get some kills off. Got the crossbows over here in melee, trying to stop all this infantry. It's an archer v archer battle actually. It's the crossbows against the Germanic archers, but then yeah, with the general support as well. That's gonna break them, and yeah, they've taken the victory point now. So yeah, it was a very, very fun match to play. It was definitely a pretty balanced fight actually. We nearly pulled it off. Probably could have won if we hadn't made 1 or 2 mistakes. One was at the start, me losing my cavalry like that, with like no kills basically. The cav just got wiped out. If I'd kept it, got some cycle charges in, I probably could have killed maybe 100, 200, 300 units with it. Also, my 8th Thracian Oaths one that flanked around on this side and died over there. That was another misplay. I mean, they did do some decent damage, but if I kept them back here, they would have done a lot more. And obviously, Omar's 2 units of infantry that just died in the square, as you can see, all their dead bodies. If they were pulled back and, could have been used in the last stand, we may have been able to maybe pull this off. But still, it was a very fun match, very good match, well played by all the attackers. I'm going to end the replay here and we can have a look at the stats for each army. So for my own army, you can see I had 3,000 men. I had 150 remaining only that broke and ran away. My general had 84 kills. My spears, all of them, didn't really do the greatest. This one unit had 200 kills somehow, but the rest of them didn't do really good. My pikes did nothing, basically. Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth bringing pikes at this point. They do nothing. They just die. They get focused down and shot, which is, the best way to kill them. So, yeah. My Thracian warriors, none of them did good. 50, 84, 44, 60 kills. Not really a good performance from them. But then again, that was on me. I had them on the walls, and because of that, I couldn't really make use of their charge bonus. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have kept them back, had Omar defend the walls, and used my guys in the streets. I could, get some charges off. Thracian Oaths won. The one unit that fought the infantry got a lot more kills, 145 kills. The other unit got wiped out, 43 kills. So, yeah, misplay by me over there. Germanic Warband, 30 kills each, not great. My archers were the only things in my army that actually did good. 400 kills nearly on this Germanic crossbow unit, 137 on this unit, not the greatest, but basically about 250 kills on both of those. And my cat did get 90 kills, even though it got wiped out so early. It did get 90 kills, which is something, but again, I could have used it a lot better. For Omar, let's see. His spearmen did okay, whatever. His Langobard clubmen didn't really do anything. Like, they got no kills, but again, they were just there to sit by that tower, and the tower did the rest of the kill. So good use of those clubmen. His young wolves, one unit had 230 kills. The other unit had 0. The other unit had 8. His Godan's chosen, so pretty good stats all around from that. 250 kills on the one, over 300 kills on the other, just under 200 on that unit, 136 there. These two units here, 52 kills on that, 87 kills there. Didn't do good at all. Those were the units that did get wiped out earlier on. He left them in the square. They got charged and they got shot, and unfortunately they did get wiped out. If we had those 2 units of Godan's Chosen, as well as my 2 units of Thracian Oathsworn, and we had them ready for the last stand, 4 full health infantry units, probably could have turned it around for us, not sure. And yeah, Omar's Cav 106 kills and 500 kills on the Onager, so good job over there. Over on the attacker side, so first up we had Eastern Roman Empire played by Gornuz. Let's see. Yeah, so those 2 extra units of skirmishers, not too bad for either of them. His 1 unit Klebonari did very solid, the other unit not so much. His Ballistari did okay, his Sagittari did okay. None of them did very good because I focused them down early on with my archers and wiped them out. His Hatari guards did good, basically 200 kills there and 150 nearly there. Armored Legio all got wiped out. His pikes didn't do the greatest, yeah. So, but then again, the Eastern Roman Empire was the focus of all my missiles. So most of my missile kills were on him. For the Franks, Abrola, he brought 4 units of skirmishers. His 2 archers, his 2 elite Germanic archers did amazing. 250 kills, 170 kills. 1 unit of crossbows, they were 280 kills. Other unit, only 60 kills, but I assume they probably still had ammo left. And then the rest of his army was all these Royal Astratones. All of them getting around 100 kills, some of them with over 200 kills. And Dave, 40 kills on his Onager, but then again, he used it to knock down the wall, and then he used it to snipe our one out. Lances didn't do the greatest, but then again, those were all trying to push through that gatehouse, so it took a lot of damage over there. His archers, 150 kills basically on that, not too bad. This unit of Thracian Oathsworn with over 300 kills, very solid stats. Gothic Palantina Defecators, not bad. Noble Germanic Swordsman, no kills there, but again, those were just used as meat shields to push up some troops. And his general getting over 300 kills. So yeah, that is the match, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I will see you guys with some more Total War content. Konnichiwa.